Just a quick disclaimer, in editing, I recommend you have a basic grasp of the GameMaker language and GameMaker Studio 2 and stuff like modding in general. Just like a basic grasp of that before like starting working on this. Yeah. Good luck. Hello people, welcome to the first Rogue Rhythms modding tutorial. Today I will show you how to set up a mod. First of all, uh, here's the Rogue Rhythm folder. Mods, where all the mods are, obviously. So there's the example mod. It's disabled by default, but you can enable it by going into data.json, opening up that, and then changing enable to true. That's what you do with most mods for now, but we're just going to keep it off. So we're just going to start by making our own mod. Create a new folder. We're going to name it our mod. Make sure you don't capitalize it. I don't know if that breaks anything, but it could potentially. Then we're going to go to data.json. We're going to create our own data.json. Create a new text file. Data.json. So this just contains basic data about your mod. We're going to want to get those two squiggly brackets. Then we're going to want to type two quotation marks, enabled equals false. Actually, no, we want it to be true. So enabled semicolon true. That just sets the mod to true to be enabled. As you can see in here, we also in the other one we have stuff like name and version. Those aren't required yet. They might be in the future, but they aren't yet. So we'll just keep that there. So next we want to, well, that's basically all the basic setup for it. So we're going to start by making a custom note type. So let's create folder in here. We're going to want to name it notes. And we're going to want to create a new file. You can name this whatever you want, but it has to end with GML. So we're just going to name it rnote.gml. Alright. So we have a few templates inside of example mod. The one we are going to use is the advanced note, since that is pretty well working. So we're just going to copy that and then just paste it into there. We're just going to steal the code from that and then delete it and paste it into our note. So I'll go through, and then we're going to want to get an image for our note too. So you can just get a placeholder image. I'll just take this thing. I don't know what this is, but it works. Or name it the same as your note. You don't have to do this, but it's just cool to have. So then, our note. This is basically just a reskin of the default note, but we're gonna add a few features to it. So first, so this is the sprite load. This little line here, this just loads in the sprite. You can see it does mod/example/notes/basic.png. We're gonna want to it's just getting that folder, and yeah. So we're gonna want to change that to mods/r mod/notes/r note.png, and that should do it. Make sure to check what the size of this image is. Okay, it's 32 by 32. So then we go into here. We change these two values right here. Change them both to half the width and the height of the note. That will make sure it's centered. These two we don't care about. This right here, this is the number of images in your note for if you're like making for if you're making like a sprite sheet for it, for like an animated note. Well, we'll do some other tutorial on that later. So let's go into editing the actual values of the note. First of all, we have the name of the note. We're just going to name it a magic note. This is a magical note. It's magical. The note's description, we can just leave that blank for now. Actually, wait, let's just make it that for now. Just because we don't really need anything. Sprite should just be set to whatever variable the sprite is set to. For example, it's just underscore sprite, so we just name it underscore sprite here. Next is a pretty important one, the note's alignment. This determines where it shows up in normal runs. So for example here, it shows, we give it 0, so it'll show up, so it's blessed, so it shows up on blessed tiles. The next one is the notes pack, which also determines where it shows up in the game. 0 is main, so we're just going to leave it as main for testing purposes. You can change it if you want. If you change it to 3, it's only available in hard mode. Then we can, here's the actual functionality of the note. This is the onHit function. Anything that we want to make the note do on hit, we can do it here. So let's just we're going to do heal 0.01. That just makes it so that it heals the player for 0.01 health. Then we have the draw function, which does anything you want to do when the note is being drawn. And then lastly, we have the onMiss function. Let's just make it so that it takes away an extra bit of health. There, heal -2, that just makes it so that it takes away 2 health. And it does all the normal things that it does on miss by calling this. We can also do global dot current character dot misses left -2. You can also do that. That does the exact same thing as heal. Heal just looks a bit better. Next we have the note's hit sound. You don't have to make a custom hit sound. I usually just do snd underscore hit. Most people play without hit sounds anyways, so I don't really care about that. This one is the note's counterpart. So that only shows up if you're using shuffle or using a conversion station. Leaving it at -1 makes it so that the note can't be converted. But if you do want it to be converted, you just put the ID of the note. I have a resource with all the note IDs in the Discord server if you want to join that. So yeah. Then there's the note's conversion cost, which is just the cost to convert it. And the note's accuracy multiplier. We can just set this to whatever you want. That just, 0.5 is like half, and 2 is 2 times. So we're just going to do 0.5. Next is the note unhittable? Keep that as false unless you want the note to just be impossible to hit or miss, like schizophrenia notes. And then lastly, we have this, which is, can a note be pressed with any key? This is basically just what the expand note and Y notes do. But yeah, that's basically it for a custom note. Let's load up the game. Ignore that I'm in GameMaker. You don't need to do this. I'm just compiling the game from the source because I like doing that because I am the developer and I'm cool and awesome. All right, let's see. Let's see if our note... Yeah, there's our note with our description. And let's go play a level with it.
3, 2, 1, go!
see that we're healing like we're supposed to. And as you can see, we lose extra health on this, like we could. I won't be adding this specific note to the game because I don't like, it's just an example note for coding. So that's basically how you make a basic note. That's all right. Bye.